coffee here. Doing mini tarot readings today. Donations are not required, but you can donate if you want to. If you're getting multiple readings, I do suggest a donation at every reading past the very first one, because sometimes there are a lot of people in here, and I just want to make sure everyone has the opportunity to get at least one reading. So that's a kind of a way to make that fair, I think. So I hope everyone is doing well. While I'm waiting for people to arrive, I'm going to do a little bit of chit chat. So if you're arriving here and I'm chit chatting, well, that's just what I'm doing. So far as I'm looking at it, nobody's here. People will see this in the playback maybe. So where I live in Winchester, Kentucky, this weekend we are having the beer festival. Hello, Taylor. Hello, Curtie. Thank you for whoever gave me a thumbs up. So if anyone has any questions, you can go ahead and put your question down in the comments. I am going to do a little bit of a weird chit chat. This is a foodie slash junk foodie chit chat in the beginning, just processing my random thoughts. But anyway, I live in Winchester, Kentucky. Thank you, Curtie. Hello, Snowflower. That is a really cool name. And they have something here called the Beer Cheese Festival, which I've never gone to in the 4+ years I've lived here, and I'm not going to attend it this year either because I'm not really a festival person. Sometimes, depending on what the festival is, I can get into it, but I don't really like beer cheese. Let me know. Hello, Dr. Fatima. Let me know if you have ever encountered this phenomenon known as beer cheese. Winchester is one of the places that considers itself the birthplace of beer cheese. Now, I don't know. I'm not a beer cheese historian. I can't vouch for that. I don't know. I don't know if it's true, but that's what they say. And this is like the biggest festival that this place has, I'm pretty sure. But I've never been, but it's like, usually it comes and goes, and I don't even know that it's happened. But this year, because I'm living in my van, I'm like more integrated into the community, so I'm definitely more aware that it's even happening. And my nose always itches when I'm doing lives. Sorry, I'm gonna scratch my nose there. I know that people are already putting questions in the comments, and I will get to them one at a time, but I am doing a little bit of a chit chat first randomly. I don't see anyone commenting that they're aware of what beer cheese is. I don't like it. I mean, I love cheese. I'm sober right now, so not drinking beer, but I like the flavor of beer. It was an acquired taste for me when I first had beer in I don't know what age I was. When I went to college, I guess. Didn't like it, but I've acquired a taste for beer, but not drinking currently. I am using nicotine, and I have a nicotine vape. You might be seeing me use this nicotine vape. I don't recommend it, but it is kind of less gross than actual cigarettes, like in terms of the smell and whatever. And I'm just like coping with life. I'm not coping. I'm thriving, but I don't know, for whatever reason, in the past couple months, I've developed a little bit of a nicotine habit. And then I have my caffeine habit here with my iced coffee. Anyway, I don't really like beer cheese. Sandra says she's got a vape. Yeah. I mean, they are so popular. They are so popular these days. I've been going to 12-step meetings too, and it's like, when in Rome, do as the Romans, because everyone's got a vape at the 12-step meeting. It's crazy. But it isn't just that. It's like, it's just such a thing these days. Taylor says, Gabby, it seems me and you lost it all around the same time. I wonder why that is. Well, it's probably, in terms of both of us doing that, it's probably just coincidence, but what does it mean when your nose itches? Does anyone have any wives' tales for that, or like, what is the superstition, or because my nose always itches. I think it's probably just like performance anxiety or something. When I go live, my nose itches a lot. Um, but yeah, I'm doing a keto diet right now. So going to a festival where they're going to have, I'm not really that tempted to eat foods that are not keto, but somewhat. And you know, they're going to have like funnel cakes and corn dogs and things like that, which to me would be fun to eat. I like those types of foods, but they're not keto. And I've lost like 23 pounds so far this year doing keto in like a month and a half. So I'm feeling good about that. Last year I lost 30 pounds doing keto and I kept it off. So I'm trying to continue along that trajectory. And, but there have been some things that have been very tempting lately. I don't know if anyone has seen this, but Doritos has a hot mustard flavored Doritos out now. Hot mustard flavor. I'm so intrigued. I don't know. Like, I want to try them, but I'm like, I hope that they still exist when I'm done with this round of keto because I want to finish a full, like, second month of keto. Which I had a short little break already, and so it's going to be like 3 more weeks for me to complete this current month. So maybe the hot mustard Doritos will still be around there then, maybe they won't. I also saw today at the convenience store queso flavored Fritos Lay's twist. Now my favorite flavor of the Fritos Lay's twist is the honey barbecue. I love honey barbecue flavor in general, and the Fritos Lay's twists and honey barbecue are just thumbs up. Anyone can ask a question, and I am going to scroll back and work through the questions, so hopefully you're going to stick around. I'm sorry I am babbling, but it's only 7 minutes in. I haven't been talking for that long. So we're kind of just chilling and hanging out. I just have to get it out of my system about, I don't have anyone to talk to bore to death with my fast food knowledge. So Taylor would rather eat a hot dog. That's your festival food, is a hot dog. Hot dogs, you know, I get it. Hot dogs are pretty good. But yeah, I saw queso flavored Fritos Lay's twist today at the convenience store. I'm like, what is with all of these snacks right now and these flavors that are appealing to me? Because normally I'm like, man, I want to buy a snacky thing like when I'm not on keto. And it's like, I look through the aisles and I'm like, do I want Doritos? Like, I'm so used to that. It's like I want something, but I'm like, nothing is all that appealing. Now they got these new things that I want to try. Hot mustard Doritos. Apparently, according to Google, they had these last year as well, and I just didn't, I never encountered any, but this gas station that I go to a lot has them all over the place. Hot mustard Doritos. So I'm wanting to try that. And then they had queso flavored Frito-Lay's twists. And also, apparently, Frito-Lay's has come back out, and I don't remember these existing. Apparently, it's something that existed years ago, ranch-flavored Fritos. Fritos are like a corn chip, by the way, for anyone who's not familiar. I guess all of these things that I'm mentioning are corn chips, really, which are not keto-friendly. I feel like I vaguely remember that Lay's used to have a ranch flavor. So they've got like the barbecue ones, I think, and they've got like the chili cheese flavor ones. And those have been around for a while, but they brought back, I guess, for a limited time, ranch flavor. So I'm kind of intrigued about that as well. But the one that I'm really like, man, I hope these hot mustard are around when I, get back around to taking a break from keto. Hot mustard Doritos. Sandra says, sounds nice, hot mustard. Dr. Fatima says, I want to try keto. It really works, but I would say the key to it for me is like learning what everyone's different. So whatever amount of net carbs you need to stay under in order to get into and stay in ketosis is going to be different from someone else. I can stay in the 20-ish net carb range, but I usually aim for 20 net carbs or less per day, which is pretty small. But once you get into keto, it really curbs your cravings. At least it does for me, because what I realize now is that a lot of my food cravings are really driven by eating carbohydrates. So if you're limiting your carbohydrates a lot, then you are eating also a lot of protein. You're going to stay full and you don't have those cravings, or at least I don't. And when your body goes into ketosis, which that's what makes the keto diet different from just a normal low carb diet, you're specifically aiming to get your body into a state of ketosis, which is where there aren't enough carbohydrates coming in for your body to burn carbohydrates for fuel. So it goes into your fat stores and starts burning fat. So it works. It works. Some people stay on keto like all the time. I don't. For my body, I feel like I do need to occasionally take breaks and also just to adjust to the weight loss. I'm going to scratch my nose again. All right, but I am going to get into the questions now. Taylor says Walmart has ranch flavored chicken wings in their deli, which taste amazing. Yeah, that does sound pretty cool. Ranch flavored chicken wings. On keto, I do sometimes get, they have also like packages of the rotisserie chicken, which has already been pulled off the bone, which is super convenient. I've gotten that before. All right. I'm going to scroll back. Okay, let me see who's the first person who's asking. Okay, Taylor. I think Taylor is still here because I saw a recent comment. Taylor Lee is asking, I feel like my life is completely at a standstill. What should I be waiting for? What should you be waiting for? Okay, what does she need to know about her life being at a standstill? Okay. Well, I've thoroughly shuffled the deck, by the way. This is just the old Rider-Waite-Smith. So I'm just drawing off the top, and I'll keep doing that throughout the course of the live stream. And then when I get through the deck, I'll reshuffle it. But so this is for Taylor Lee, asking about her life being at a standstill. Well, this card is very appropriate. We have the Eight of Swords. This woman's life is at a standstill as well. And it's kind of saying that, you know, there are definitely already opportunities. You don't need to wait. You could keep waiting if you want to. It isn't necessary. You know, there's a castle behind her. There are opportunities. There's also all of this land. She could go in any direction she wants. She's not actually trapped. She could free herself from this situation. So all of the swords cards, of course, have to do with our logic and our mind. And it's the suit of swords in tarot is probably the most difficult of any of the suits. And that makes sense because our mind is really what holds us back the most. Because when we have clearness on our mind is very effective, right? But we are so susceptible to getting into negative thought processes, overthinking, overanalyzing, getting into what's called monkey mind, where our brain is all over the place. And it's like, even if we're asking the question, we get the answer, we can't even like absorb the answer. So I think that, Taylor, what your spirit guides are saying is, you know, find that inner stillness. That whatever you're going through right now is actually offering you that opportunity, right? She's at a place of physical stillness. Her eyes are also covered, right? It's reducing stimuli or whatever. So she's in a place right now where life is putting you in the position where you are forced to look inward and be introspective. And that's where the answer lies. What actions do you want to take? What actions do you know when you allow yourself to get into that place of stillness and clarity? What actions do you actually know are going to be the best course of action for you? I know that sounds like a not very satisfying answer, but that is the answer that we're getting. All right, Snowflower, if you're still here, the question I see from Snowflower next is, will my plan be successful? So let me pull the next top card. So you can see I just have my cards right here. I'm pulling from the next top card for Snowflower, which again is a really cool name. Will my plan be successful? Well, I think so. I mean, we have the Lover's card. So whatever, first of all, whatever you're planning, you're making a great choice, because that's one of the meanings of the Lover's card. And if this involves any other person or people, you're choosing the right people to be involved with, or your approach to other people is a good approach, essentially. All right, so we have the Lover's card. I'm going to pull a clarifying card. And we get the Fool card. I mean, basically, Snowflower, I think that the answer is like, yeah, don't worry at all. Like, just keep going with your plan. It is definitely going to be successful. I really see only happiness coming from it. Hello, Sandra, if I didn't already say hi to you. So Kurti is asking, what is next for me in life? So Kurti, we have the Ace of Wands. I'm going to clarify by pulling a second and a third card for you. I feel like 3 cards. So we've got the Ace of Wands, the Hermit card, and the Seven of Wands. So what is next for you in life? Well, there's going to be some sort of fresh start, but it's a fresh start that really the focus of it is learning some sort of internal spiritual lesson. It's like a fresh start that allows you to have a better understanding of what is worth protecting, a better understanding of what's important to you. Like a phase of whatever's happening to you externally will lead you to a greater internal understanding of what's really important, what matters most to you. I'm going to ask for some advice for you, Kurti, and I get the Knight of Cups. So I feel like in embracing this next phase of your life, you're being asked to really keep your heart open. It's sort of like, even like wearing your heart on your sleeve. Taking the risk of wearing your heart on your sleeve is going to bring you new and invigorating opportunities that allow you to learn what's really important to you. So I would say taking emotional risks, putting yourself out there in some way. That doesn't necessarily just mean romantic, by the way. For example, like I was asking God recently, like for some guidance about approaching my physical health. Like I was like, what do I need to focus on, God? And, continuing to be active and exercise was the answer. And I was like, well, how can I improve upon what I'm currently doing? And the answer was to try to find people to exercise with, even though you don't want to do that. I'm like, God, you know me so well. I do not want to do that. I do not want to exercise with other people. You are so right about that. And yet God is encouraging me to take that risk anyway, which I haven't gotten around to because I don't want to do it. He's not telling me that I have to because I have free will. But that's an example of taking an emotional risk, right? Like asking someone, do you want to work out with me, and risking rejection. Also, it's kind of embarrassing for me because I'm such a beginner, and I'm not super physically fit. My workouts are pretty not, they're not the most athletic, impressive of workouts. So it's like I prefer to work out on my own because of that. But anyway, God is asking me to take emotional risks. And I think that that's what, in general, not specifically about finding a workout buddy, but God also, Kurti, is asking you, or your spirit guides, however you want to look at it, to take emotional risks. And in that process, you will learn what's really important to you. Okay, Taylor says, or better yet, what is going on around me? Well, I think the Eight of Swords did answer that, I hope. I know you probably wrote that second part of that question before I even got around to your reading because I was chatting a lot. But what's going on around you is that there are already lots of opportunities to take action, and your mind has convinced you that you're stuck. You're actually not stuck at all unless you choose to. And even in the way you originally asked your first question, it was, what should I be waiting for? Well, you shouldn't be waiting. You should be figuring out logically with clarity, what is the best course of action, and then taking that, and not worrying so much? Return to sender says, hello, may I get a reading? And it means you're channeling. You're probably referring to when I asked why does my nose keep itching? Maybe. I don't know metaphysically what does the nose relate to. Maybe it is related to the throat chakra. All right, I'm going to see. I see a question from Dr. Fatima. Will me and Mustafa have a future? I feel a connection to him. So I get the judgment card, Dr. Fatima. So will you and Mustafa have a future? There's definitely something major in the future for the two of you. Let me pull one card to represent you in this and one card to represent him. Whew. Okay. So you're represented by the Four of Swords. He's represented by the Devil card. And together what is coming up for the two of you is the Judgment card. I feel like the future that awaits the two of you is one in which he's going to have to contend with the fact that he has very strong, overwhelming desire for you, but also it's a desire that doesn't feel great because the Devil card, it makes us feel miserable sometimes. You know, it's because like we can become addicted to someone and we can get in very negative, toxic mindsets and emotional experiences when we are approaching love from a place of the Devil card. Now on your end, you're the Four of Swords, so you're kind of untouched by his toxic energy. It's not bringing you down. And so I feel like there's this like sort of back and forth where because you're sort of calm and serene and in a more healthy frame of mind and he's in a bit more of a toxic frame of mind, it leads the two of you to some sort of, it's like you're a catalyst for each other's expansion in some way. Now, when you say, do you have a future together, you're probably asking about a relationship or something like that. I'm not necessarily getting that from this, but you certainly are going to have a tremendous impact on each other. What's the advice for Dr. Fatima about this? We have the Knight of Wands and the Five of Swords. I kind of feel like the advice for you is to like be yourself, do yourself, you know, don't afraid to be bold. These are together. This is like be bold, you know, like if there's something you got to say to him, don't try to like not hurt his feelings. Just like say what's really on your mind, do what you really want to do. It's, to me, it's sort of like, and I get the Four of Cups, it's like there are some things that you might want to say or do that you're like, well, this might rub him the wrong way. And maybe your spirit guides are saying like, maybe you're trying to like act the way you think he wants you to act. And what they're saying is, no, don't act in a way that you think he wants to act. Act the way that is genuine to you. Be genuine, and if it bothers him, that's on him to deal with that. It's not like necessarily being mean to him, but like certainly be true to yourself, be genuine, Dr. Fatima. And if he has a sort of, you know, gets into a negative mind frame because of that, it's his responsibility to deal with his own emotions, right? Taylor says, the Empress being in a Five of Pentacles energy is quite strange. I have no idea what's next in my life. Are you saying because I call myself Empress Tarot? Yeah, I mean, lots of Empresses have been in Five of Pentacles situations, though, like actual Empresses even. I can't remember, I always forget her name, but there's one Empress, I can't remember even what civilization this was from, but she had like two brothers, I think. She was the only girl child. Her father had, you know, was a man of wealth, and when he died, before he died, he had led her to believe that she would get an equal inheritance to her two brothers, and then after he died, she found out that he did not. He divided the inheritance between only the two brothers, and she basically got nothing. So someone suggested, well, you should go see the emperor and, make your case to the emperor that you deserve your portion of the inheritance. And she did that, and the emperor ended up marrying her, and she became an empress. So she went through a sort of Five of Pentacles situation, but it was just part of her journey. So, um, right. I mean, life is not meant to be lived without challenges. And I would say, like, to be able to embody an Empress energy, the Empress understands abundance, and abundance doesn't necessarily equate to wealth or zero struggles or problems. Abundance is the capacity to manage those experiences wisely, right? All right. Um, all right. Sandra says, yes, I think so. I'm not sure what that's a response to because I'm a little bit behind in the chat now at this point. All right. Kelsey said, can I ask a question? May I know what Sven's thoughts and feelings are towards me? Thank you. All right, so this is for Kelsey. Hopefully you're still here at this point. So I'm pulling a card for you, which is the Page of Cups. I'm pulling a card for the energy between you and Sven, which is the Six of Wands. And I'm pulling a card to indicate his feelings towards you. And I get the Two of Cups. I'm trying to be careful here because I just got a gust of wind and I don't want my cards to go flying out the window. All right, so you're the Page of Cups, he's the Two of Cups, and together you're the Six of Wands. Well, there's very clearly a mutual attraction, Kelsey Wells, between you and Sven, and he likes you. I'm not going to go, I feel like it's mutual, like basically both of you like each other, like you're on equal footing in terms of the amount. It's like a mutual crush, mutual like, I don't know, like I really like you, I have feelings for you. I would say for both, these are sort of like emerging feelings, still kind of like wading into those feelings. You also wanted to know his thoughts, so let me see more about his thoughts towards you. So I'm pulling 3 cards to indicate his thoughts. I have the Ace of Pentacles, the Moon card, and the Chariot. Now, the Moon card and the Chariot both refer to like Cancer energy. The Chariot is Cancer energy, and the Moon is, actually, I think some people say that the Moon card relates to Pisces. But in any case, I'm going to be more literal here with the Moon. Like, he feels at home with you. I feel like he feels with his Ace of Pentacles like there's the potential, at the very least. I mean, this is just an ace, right? But he feels like there is a potential here for us to really feel close to each other, to really feel at home with each other, maybe even to like create a home together or create a sense of family together. He feels like the potential is there with the Ace, and then with the Chariot, he feels like there's enough, his emotions are potent enough, his emotions are strong enough, Kelsey, to drive him forward to want to take action towards achieving that. So he's motivated. He's motivated by the emotions he feels. He's motivated by the potential that he senses that the two of you could sort of like become a family to each other in some sense. What's the advice to Kelsey regarding Sven? Wow. I mean, it's the Six of Swords, so I think it's basically like, kind of let him be the chivalrous guy here and take the actions that he feels guided to take and just respond as your natural self to the actions that he's taking, because he will try to move this forward, and just allow him to do that. Allow him to kind of take the lead. All right. All right, Taylor is asking, I don't feel like I'm in Eight of Swords because I've been tweaking my resumes, making cover letters, listening to music to keep my depression away. IDK, I feel like Spirit insulted me with the Eight of Swords. Well, I'm sorry that you feel that way. I mean, I'm just drawing the cards, so. All right, historical philosophy. Hi, I hope you are well. Can I please ask a question? I have met this guy, but yesterday he was rude to me. I have cut contact with him, but I'm not sure if I did the right thing. Thank you. All right. So I guess your question is, did you do the right thing? So historical philosophy. Well, okay, so we have the Seven of Cups. Let me pull one card to indicate you here and one card to indicate him. So you're the Two of Pentacles, he's the Ten of Cups. And in terms of whether your actions to cut him off were correct or not, we have the Seven of Cups. I mean, I don't think that your spirit guides are necessarily saying that you are wrong to do it. I think that what they're saying is that they're acknowledging, I just had a card fly into the floor. At least it's in the floorboard and didn't go out the window. I think your spirit guides are basically saying, like, your emotions were very intense. You knew that you had to make some sort of choice, and that is just the choice that you made. And now you kind of have to deal with the uncertainty of the outcome. You know, you can't go back in time and make a different choice, right? The choice was already made. You cut him off. That's the action that you took. So I think that they're trying to remind you, like, it's okay that you made that choice. It wasn't necessarily right or wrong, but the your perspective should be more like, now I'm in a state of uncertainty about what's going to happen as a result of that choice that I made. Okay, so let me see what advice they have for you about that. So you made this choice to cut him off, historical philosophy, and now there's a sense of uncertainty. So we have the Queen of Pentacles as the advice, historical philosophy. I think that basically your guides are saying, like, don't make any sudden moves from here. You know, you made a sudden move with cutting him off. It's totally okay that you did that. They're reminding you you're still stable. You haven't lost all of your stability in life just because of this. But they are recommending that maybe you just kind of sit quiet, you know, like sit with it, you know, sit with where things currently are. Be in the moment. Don't try to rush into any sort of action here. I feel like they're also saying, like, with the Three of Wands, like, the next, when there's movement again, when there's the opportunity for movement again, it will come to you. Like, the door will open for you, and it will be obvious what next action to take. So don't do something that feels like forcing it. Don't take action that feels like being reactionary, if you know what I mean. Just kind of like be, you know, in the moment, grounded. And when you feel that sense of like actual inspired action, the door will just open and it'll be easy to take whatever action that is at that time. But kind of just be in a place of like steady as she goes currently. That's the advice. All right, return to center. I forgot to ask a question. My question is, how does my crush feel about me? All right. So I'm going to pull one card for you, one card for your crush, and one card for the kind of energy that you are mutually experiencing. So this is for return to sender. All right, so for you, I'm getting the Five of Cups. For the other person, your crush, I'm getting the Seven of Swords, and the central energy is the Seven of Pentacles. I'm going to start with the central energy. I mean, both of you feel that you've put a lot of energy and time into this connection. Like, you've made an investment into each other in some way, to some extent. An investment has been made, and you're still hoping that the investment that you have each made into each other will still yield something, right? Like, you're waiting for some sort of harvest. Okay, like, I don't want this to be all for nothing, basically. That's kind of the mentality on both sides. But I feel like both of you kind of expect it to be all for nothing. So that's kind of the attitude on both sides. It's like, maybe I did all of this for nothing. Maybe I've just wasted my time. Maybe I've wasted my energy. Maybe I've wasted my emotions. I think that your crush is really trying to figure you out. They're definitely, with this Seven of Swords, they're like noticing things about you. There are things that they have found out about you that you may not even be aware of, or they could be asking around about you, or like Googling you and stuff like that to try to learn more about you. Let me clarify this Seven of Swords. Yeah, there is definitely a skepticism. Your crush feels kind of skeptical about you. It's like they don't trust that you are going to be continuing to put in the effort. I think your crush feels that you're going to give up on them and give up on the situation. So that's kind of their mindset. And now for return to sender, I'm going to switch hands here. What is the guidance? Well, the guidance is the Hanged Man card. You know, it's kind of like wait, pause, reflect. Yeah, and then the King of Pentacles, like, again, another person getting a message of like, be stable, be grounded, do a lot of like, you know, deep, thoughtful reflection on the situation. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, so make no sudden moves. All right, kind of wait it out and make no sudden moves. Hello, Empress Mary. I am doing pretty well. I hope you are as well. And Empress Mary is asking, I'm having like, what is it called? When your arm goes to sleep. My arm that was holding the phone, it's like having that feeling right now. All right. Okay, Empress Mary says, that's sad. I have no idea what you're referring to. But also you asked, what is coming for you career-wise? Well, I have the Three of Cups, so what's coming for you career-wise? Like, I don't know, like happy social times, like getting along with the people that you encounter in your career. That could be colleagues, that could be clients. I don't know what you do for a living, but the Three of Cups is like, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling happy. You know, it seems like in your career there will be opportunities to like celebrate and have like just pause and have enjoyment. And it's not always about work, work, work. It's also about, you know, like just enjoying yourself. I'm also getting the Death card, though, and the King of Swords. So, you know, sometimes the Three of Cups can indicate overindulgence. So I just think that, you know, with these other cards coming up afterwards, it is a little bit of a reminder to not overindulge. Like, yeah, it's good to enjoy good times and take it easy sometimes, but also don't overindulge in those types of things to the point where it could become a problem. All right, so that's what I see there. Dr. Fatima says, yes, that's really accurate. Thank you. All right, I appreciate that feedback. And Kelsey says, Finn and I are in separation, actually, but thank you for your reading. Well, I don't know what being in separation has to do with feelings. He can still feel in love with you and want to move it forward, regardless. All right, Priyanka's e-classroom. Hello, Gabby. My question is, how is his married life going? Does he still have feelings for me? Guys, when you're asking about someone else, you need to say the person's name, because I need to know who I'm even directing, like whose energy am I trying to draw upon. He could be any number of people. So I'm going to answer that if you give me the first name or initials or something. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to answer when people are being vague like that. And in general, when you're asking a question, you should give context if you're in separation. But the cards that I pulled, Kelsey, Two of Cups, he clearly has feelings for you. It doesn't matter if you're in separation or not. Like, that is the answer. And you clearly have feelings for him with the Page of Cups. Like, I'm sorry, it's not even confusing. All right, Chahat is asking, how can I better myself and my decisions? Well, I have the Magician card here, so I think it's just confidence, really, like knowing that you already have everything it takes. Like, it's just self-belief at this point. Like, I have the intellect that I need, I have the resources that I need, I'm motivated, which is the Wand's energy, and what else? And I have the ability to work with my emotions here. And work with the emotional nature of whatever I'm trying to accomplish. So, Jahat, how can I better myself and my decisions? Confidence, really. It's just like, be confident, believe in yourself. Yeah, and then we have the Strength card following that up, which is saying, like, courage and also, again, confidence, because this is Leo energy. So, really just believe in yourself. Like, that's the thing. Like, build yourself up, Buttercup. Like, every day, tell yourself, like, remind yourself of what you've already been able to accomplish, right? Give yourself compliments. Focus on what your achievements have been to remind yourself of how you are capable of so much. Sometimes we can forget what we've been capable of, and we need to remind ourselves. Also, like, appreciating yourself is a way to build confidence. You could even research, how can I build confidence? And, like, if there's any guidance out there about how to go about building confidence that really speaks to you, follow that guidance. But yeah, building confidence, having confidence in yourself, believing in yourself, knowing how strong you are, that seems to be the answer for you, Chahat. Sandra says, you missed my question. Is there a future between myself and Mark? I definitely did, because I don't remember anything about a person named Mark. All right, what is the future between Sandra and Mark? Well, we have the Four of Pentacles, so I think that the future, whatever the future holds, is pretty much the same as what it already is. We pull one card for Sandra, which is the Ten of Swords, and one card for Mark, which is the Page of Swords. So what does the future hold? It's going to be pretty much the same. I don't see a lot of change. The Four of Pentacles is kind of like things staying the same as there have been. And it feels like this is probably a situation which has caused you a lot of pain. The only way to release this pain is to kind of release the situation, Sandra. And it feels like that's probably difficult for you to do, because we have the Four of Pentacles. And when the Four of Pentacles shows up, we feel like any sort of change is too much of a risk. We don't want to take a risk, even though with the Ten of Swords, that the risk that you would take in releasing the situation with Mark is probably what you most need. He's represented by the Page of Swords, so he can't stop thinking about you. He's a bit mentally fixated on you as well, but it's not leading to anything. It's just thinking about, maybe mentally obsessing or fixating. Yeah, and I feel like with the Page of Swords also, he has a lot of skepticism about you. So the future doesn't look like it's really going much of anywhere. Of course, with that said, we always have free will and we can change things, which is, when you get a tarot reading, the approach should be like, how can I have a healthier perspective? So if I'm getting a negative outcome, like, what can I learn from this reading in order to maybe chart a better course? So what is the guidance for Sandra? We do have the Six of Cups. So maybe in terms of releasing, it isn't necessarily to release Mark, but it could be releasing certain things about the connection to him that you've been holding on to. Are you holding on to resentments? Are you holding on to, overanalyzing certain aspects of the connection instead of embracing love? The Six of Cups is like, let's get back to a place of love here. Let's find the love again, let me remember why I loved you to begin with. That's kind of what the Six of Cups is saying as an advice card, Sandra. I hope that makes sense. Empress Mary, good luck with your job search. I am likewise on a job search, and I'm also hoping to land something soon. Anyone can have a reading, Deepa? Okay, Deepa says no contact with Harshal. Will there be a reunion? Okay. I'm going to pull one card first of all about whether there will be a reunion. I think so, because we get the Temperance card. And then I'll get one card to represent you, Deepa, Three of Pentacles, and then one card to represent Harshal, the Tower card. Okay. So yeah, I think that there will be a reunion. I think in terms of how this reunion takes place, Harshal's energy is the Tower card, so it's like his approach to this reunion might be sort of erratic seeming, erratic seeming in some way. Let me clarify the Tower card. Eight of Pentacles. Like, he definitely wants to work on things, and that's why he's going to, like, I just think, like, it's almost like he's taking a stab in the dark, like, over and over. Like, he wants to make things work, and it's like, he's like, okay, maybe this is what I should do, or this is what I should say. But anyway, his interest is definitely on working things with you. It's just the way that he goes about his actions. It definitely will get your attention in some way, but it could be a little bit, seem like he's kind of all over the place at the same time, or just sort of frenetic or a bit chaotic. But at the same time, this central energy between the two of you is the Temperance card. So this shows the reunion. It also shows that the two of you are capable of honesty with each other. You're capable of speaking your truth. He might say or do some things that are surprising, like maybe his truth that he speaks is a bit shocking in some way. But the honesty that you express towards each other with this reunion is still helpful, and it's healing. And with the Three of Pentacles on your end, I think that the reunion will help you to see how this can practically integrate, how the two of you can integrate with each other. And it seems like there's more to the relationship than just the two of you in some way with the Three of Pentacles. Like, there could be other people involved, or I don't know if the two of you, like, have friends or family in common, or you go to the same church, or you work together. But the Three of Pentacles indicates, like, it's not just the two of you that need to make it work, but you need to make it work in a way that also is kind of satisfying and harmonious with other people who are connected to you all. And I feel like the reunion will give you a lot of hope and give you the sort of sense of, like, being practically able to approach all of that and, like, you know, hopeful and optimistic, I think. Deepa, I hope that answers your question. Priyanka's e-classroom. Hi, Gabby. This person hides his feelings for me, and then he gets married to someone else. So I want to ask, how is Prasanjit's married life going? Does he still have feelings for me? I'm going to take a question from Arushi next. Arushi Gupta says, hi, can I ask? So, Arushi, go ahead and ask your question, because I want to prioritize people who haven't had a reading yet. If you want a second reading, I did put this in the title, you should be making some sort of donation or something, because these are free readings, which I'm happy to do. But I can't just be doing reading after reading after reading for people. So, Arushi, if you have a question, go ahead and ask. Dr. Fatima says, I actually know now that I tend to people please ones I care about big time. Yeah, I have people pleasing tendencies as well. Deepa says it was helpful. I'm glad that it was helpful. Thank you so much. Okay, so Arushi's question, future finance reading. I've got the Emperor card, so this is great. This is a great card, not just for finances, but for career. And I know finances and career are not always connected, because we can have money and financial means that don't necessarily come through a career, but a lot of times they're tied together. In any case, this is showing you having a lot of stability. It shows you being sort of the master of your domain, very in charge of your life. When you set your mind to accomplish something with the Emperor card, you can accomplish it. So I see a very positive future for your financial life, Arushi. And also I get the Four of Wands. So we have 2 4 cards. Together they're an 8 card. Those numerologically, even this is a great outcome for you financially. The 4s are showing me stability. But also the Emperor card relates to the sign of Aries, and it's about like there being a strong motivation and desire, and also just a capacity to go after and achieve the goals that you set out for yourself. So I would say it's very goal oriented. To me, these combine, because the Four of Wands is about milestones. Like, set a milestone for yourself, go for it, and achieve it. Set a milestone for yourself, go for it, and achieve it. Like, that's what I see you being able to accomplish. It's like Arushi being able to do that over and over. I'm going to set this milestone, whatever it might be. It might be I'm going to save X amount of money, or I'm going to earn X amount of money, whatever it happens to be. I'm going to grow my investments from this to this. Like, set that goal, put your intention towards your focus, put your drive, your motivation, and you will achieve that. And then just keep doing that. These are great cards. So, all right. Well, thanks everybody. I don't see any other questions. I believe I've given everyone at least one reading here. This was a nice way to spend a bit of the day on Friday. I wish everyone the best. Thank you for being kind and respectful to my time and energy, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.